afternoon. Welcome back to our channel, and we're live here together with our financial advisor, Mr. Robert Santiago. We're here in Abu Dhabi, the Galleria Mall in Almaria Island. So, Sir Robert Santiago has been our financial advisor for almost 4 years now. So, he's a financial advisor, a unit manager, and an MDRT top 5% advisor worldwide. MDRT means $1 million round table. It's a
U.S. organization. It's a U.S. organization recognizing financial professionals worldwide. So basically, these are the top 5%.
Oh, and we're really so privileged to have him, to have him as our financial advisor. So we're gonna start with our questions because we're here to have some financial literacy or financial planning so that we can inspire more people. Yeah, because as we all know, me and my husband took life insurance from SunLife, and he is our advisor. So, what does a financial advisor do?
So basically, a financial advisor is actually, number one, do assessment. Assessment in terms of how do you usually save, do you have emergency fund, and then second, together with the client, we actually set a financial goal.
So, a financial goal may vary from
yes,
individual.
A financial goal can be retirement, can be education, it can be certain travel adventures, for example, world travel, something like that.
So, it really depends on the priority of the individual. So, you said earlier about emergency fund. Can you enlighten us about emergency fund?
Actually, when you say emergency fund, is the 3 times or the 3 to 6 months of your income, or for others, 3 to 6 months of your expenses. Like for example, if you're earning around, let's say,
for example, 10,000 pesos per month.
10,000 pesos per month. So you should save around 30,000 to 60,000 pesos.
Per month?
It's a one-time emergency fund.
Okay.
So it means when you save the 3 times or 6 times of your income,
for example, I have the 30,000 or 60,000.
At least it's something you can.
I can feel safe.
You can feel safe.
I'm covered.
You feel covered because you can stop working. Because at the end of the day, when you stop working, the expenses are there, but the income stops. So at least you can stop for around 3 months. And the maximum is
you have
around
a
6
grace
months.
period.
Yes.
That will make you covered for your expenses.
Yes, you're
So
right.
that is emergency fund. So what is financial planning?
Okay, when you say financial planning, like what I said earlier, usually starts with assessment, then setting a financial goal, and then third, as financial advisors, we usually recommend products from our company depending on the financial goal and the budget.
Okay, so you have different products
Yes.
where we can avail.
Yes. Like for singles, usually for them, they usually focus more on the investment side. But for those who have families
Or kids,
or kids like
us.
you, usually focus on the protection side or the insurance side.
Yeah, actually it's partly true. But for us, we take the VUL also because
Yes.
we're looking also for the long term. Like for our
What's
retirement.
VUL?
What is
When
VUL?
you say VUL, it's a variable unit link, or basically it's an insurance with investment.
So when you say, for example, that we are going to invest in SunLife or we're going to buy a certain product in SunLife, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get insurance only. So apart from that life insurance, we are also investing part of our money. So that is really good.
Yes. Because for others, like for you, most of my clients, they focus on the protection side. Basically, if something happens, the beneficiary will get money. And the investment side, it can be for retirement, for education,
or for travel goals.
travel goals. At least you get to experience or maximize your money, whether you'll be taken out of the picture or you live long.
Yes. So that is the goal. The goal is to live longer so that at least you can enjoy and then experience the benefit of the long-term investment. So, Sir Robert, as a financial advisor, do you think why is life insurance important?
Okay. Actually, life insurance it's an income replacement fund.
So
It means, for example, when the breadwinner is taken away from the picture or untimely death comes, the insurance will serve as an income replacement. So, for example, assuming that the family doesn't have any insurance at all, especially the parents. If the parents are both taken out of the picture, what will happen to the kids? For their education, actually it's for the dreams of the kids. So you're actually protecting their dreams. And if there's an insurance, there is at least this certain fund that will replace the income. And usually the income replacement fund or the insurance or protection, it should be at least or around 10 years of the income of the person.
Okay. So for example, if I'm earning 10,000 per month, that's times 12, 120 times 10, so 1.2 million.
Yes, you are correct. The insurance coverage should be, like what I said earlier, the 10 years of the income, so that, assuming that the family has kids, so the insurance coverage will give the kid the 10-year income period so that that kid can study or continue education. But for some, 10 years is not enough. Especially for the younger ones. Like for example, what if the kid is only 2 years old?
Because we have what we call inflation.
Yes.
So, inflation, what does it mean, Sir Robert? Can you enlighten us with inflation?
Okay. When you say inflation, it's actually the value of the money decreases. Like for example, the value of the money decreases, and then the prices of the goods or services increases. So it means it's actually part of the economy. You cannot actually stop it.
It's uncontrollable.
It's uncontrollable. Like for example, a Starbucks coffee.
For now, it's like for example, let's
for
say
example,
200 pesos or around 20 dirhams.
20 dirhams. But before it was only something like 10 dirhams or 15 dirhams.
Okay, so like for example, you have 1,000 pesos or like 100 dirhams. For now, that means so much because you can buy a lot of things. But in the future, maybe that 1,000 pesos can only cost you like one bucket meal in KFC.
Yes,
So
yes,
that's
you are
is
right.
that what it is. So
Yes.
it's really better. So would you rather suggest that we get an insurance early? Like if we are younger as compared
Yes,
to
because
our
one of the
older?
factors when you get insurance is age. So basically, the younger, the better because it's cheaper. Because I have received a lot of inquiries or they're really asking for me to quote an insurance plan for their parents. But the problem is
They
that
are
the
older.
premiums is already high. You need to pay a lot higher. And sometimes those who are very young, they do not have any health issues at all.
So that's the best time to
That's the best
invest
time.
and to get the life insurance.
Yeah.
And when we are young, we are still focused on ourselves, like we don't have families yet. So it's really the best time to get life insurance.
Actually, Camille, when I encountered different clients, like for example, singles and those who have their families, usually those who have their families, they usually say that I should have gotten my insurance when I was single. Because usually, instead of buying new clothes, why not pay for your premiums, for your insurance?
Yeah, and time is very fast. Like for now, we are almost on our 4th year.
Yes.
Yeah, so 6 years more to go.
Yes.
So time is really flying. Then after that, we're almost done. So, can everyone afford to have a life insurance?
Yes, I think so because we have different products catering different economic status. Like for example, we are going to customize a certain plan depending on your income.
So, if I'm, for example, a student, I can still get a life insurance.
Yes, as
if
long
I have
if
an
you're a
allowance.
student and if you still want to get an insurance, I think we can start with the emergency fund. Or maybe savings. But for someone who started working, they can at least get their own insurance because with the pyramid of financial planning, the first thing that you need to get is, of course, you have to have this emergency fund and the protection. And then the second level, these are more on investments. So that's the first thing that you need to really have your protection. Because if, for example, assuming that you have this more on investments or more on real estate, if something happens, like for example, a certain critical illness, what we're going to do is you're going to sell. And the problem is liquidity because it's not that easy for you to sell a property.
Exactly. And you might as well sell that property in a lower value. So you will not really earn.
That's the feature of insurance. If you need it, it will actually, you can use it. Certain untimely sickness, accident, or untimely death.
So that's why it's really protection.
Yes, that's why it's really basic to have insurance. And for your subscribers, you can actually get insurance maybe at least 10 to 15% of your income. Because our goal is for you to get insurance that is sustainable. Meaning, you can pay the premium without actually sacrificing a lot. You may just sacrifice
It's like a portion of your savings.
Yes.
So that you can still continue your daily activities, like if you want to still go out with your friends and hang out.
Yes. Just like with dieting. You can't go with crash diet because it will fail. The same with saving. The same with getting insurance or investing. Just get a small portion from your income and make it sustainable, and you will notice that you're already 5 years,
Yeah.
you're already 10 years,
Yeah, exactly.
you're almost done.
Almost done. So anyway, so how will SunLife help to grow your money? So we have talked about this already, about the products that
Usually the insurance companies invest this money from different companies. We call this the stock market. So basically, it depends on the performance of that company. So if the company usually have this profit, so portion of that will be shared to the investor, something like that. And there's always risk. Because what if, for example, the company did not do well, so there will also be a decrease. Always remember that in any investment, there is always risk. Because most of other people, they usually want something that is higher yields, higher returns, but they are really afraid of the risk. That's why there's this always what we call the scam. Because they
actually
really
it's very
like.
rampant, even here in UAE.
Really?
Yeah.
Like us in the Philippines, we are licensed. We have to take this certain license from the Insurance Commission and from the Securities and Exchange Commission just to make sure that we know what we are actually talking about or saying.
So you have undergone the board exam.
Yes, sort of a licensure exam. We need to take.
So yeah, actually my next question is life insurance a form of pyramiding scam? So yeah, we have
Actually,
answered that.
yes. Life insurance is actually most of the Western countries they have insurance concept. But unlike in our country, in the Philippines, they are starting to really appreciate the value of insurance, at least because
But
of the
not
social media.
everybody is open about it.
Yes.
Like most of them are still scared
Yes.
because they are thinking that maybe this is just a form of scam.
But you just have to educate them. You just have to weigh things. Because what if you don't have insurance and something happens? That will be the next question.
So Robert, just to wrap it up, any pieces of advice to people who are afraid to invest or get life insurance?
Okay. The first thing that you need to do is, of course, to study, to research. Because in social media, or in Google, like for example, they can really search, or in YouTube, they can really search what are the top insurance companies, where can they invest, what can they do.
Actually, that's what I did. Before you will invest your money, because it's your hard-earned money, no?
Yes.
So you really need to do your research if the company is really stable or if the company is licensed. So that's what I did. So it's really
Because I believe that education is the most powerful tool. Because if you are educated, it will be difficult for you to be scammed.
true. Exactly.
That's the first thing that you need to do. And number two, you have to take a certain risk. Because if you are too afraid or you are very conservative, your enemy is time. And you have to think that time is money. Time wasted is a wasted money. So at
It's
least,
really nice. It's a nice point.
yes.
So, I
Okay,
think,
so apart from that, like what I said earlier, they should have this emergency fund, build their emergency fund and savings, because like what I always say to my OFW clients, you can help your relatives in the Philippines or you can help other people, but at least get your own plans or insurance plans or investment plans so that if anything gets worse, you have these certain products that will help you without really asking from other people.
exactly. So, like for example, in SunLife, it's not all about life insurance.
Yes.
You have other products as well.
You have other products.
It will cover like critical illnesses, like what he is telling us. So,
We have life insurance products. We have critical illness insurance wherein, for example, if you be diagnosed with cancer, a certain money will be given to you for your treatment. Even the hospitalization will get paid depending on the contract. And then we also have products focusing on investments. So at least for those who want to grow their money, it's one avenue for them to look into. And then we also have endowment products. When you say endowment, it's like sort of a pension that they are going to receive money, because not all are really risk taker. They're really not open with the investments, with the ups and downs of the stock market. So at least we have these products for those who are very conservative. And these are guaranteed endowment or pension that they will receive in the future. So at least we have these certain products for different people. So what they can do is, of course, to consult a financial advisor so that you'll be able to communicate your financial goals and the advisor can assess your needs.
very well said.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Sir Robert Santiago, for coming over to UAE, for visiting us and taking time also to meet us, because I know you have a very busy schedule.
Thank you also for featuring me in your vlog. I'm very honored.
Wow, I think it's us who are very honored that you took time just to meet us and to share your insights and your knowledge about financial planning. And hope, guys, that you learn something, and if you really want to get involved, start to invest, you can consult Sir Robert
They can add me up on
Santiago.
Facebook.
Yeah, we will show our his Facebook account or IG account or whatsoever.
My Facebook page. They can,
Yeah, Facebook
my
page.
Facebook page is Robert Santiago, SunLife Financial Advisor. And my Facebook account is Robert Santiago.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you
Till
very
our
much.
next vlog. Hope you learn something. Bye!